Hey there, tappers, and welcome back to another exciting video where we teach you a little bit about the art of home brewing, specifically hard cider. But honestly, it's very generally applicable to anything in your life, but especially home brewing, at least the specifics we're going to go into today. Yesterday, we went into one of the specific passages out of the hard cider book, which is very useful. But today, we're going to go a little bit more general. Like I said, something that's really generally applicable to, like I said, life, but also home brewing and really completing tasks in general around the house, or like I said, in your professional life as well. So let's get into it. So in my engineering job, one of the things that I learned really early on is that documentation is important. In fact, it's critical. One of the books, and I believe it was actually a distillation book that I read, mentioned that during fermentation it's very important to track a number of the scientific things that you're looking at, as well as to actually make a recipe. So you can see here that we have primary fermentation, which is most of our additions. It keeps track of everything that you're adding in, amounts, what your pH looks like, what your temperature, starting temperature looks like, and then if you do any additions, what those are. And this allows you to figure out what you did so that you can repeat recipes, but on top of that, it lets you keep track of everything so that you make sure you didn't forget an important step. So we didn't do anything in secondary on this one, but let me see if I can find one. Yeah, so we did some stuff in secondary. It's really good to keep notes, and you can see this one's a little worse for wear. But we've done multiple batches at once. These ones were actually, we did 5 separate 1-gallon batches. It's really useful, and the more stuff that you have going on at once, the better it is to keep track of stuff. So notes are key. The other thing that's key is to keep a journal. Keep something on you where you can always write your notes. It's extremely helpful because when you have an idea for, in my case, videos, or ideas for home improvement, or ideas about cider content, all that stuff, it's really helpful to be able to just flip open your book and start jotting down whatever comes to your mind. And there's all kinds of stuff in here, different cryptids, thoughts that I had about cider, thoughts about content from really early on. So it's really good. So as we talked about in previous videos, equipment is important. Having a goal in mind is even more important than that, because if you don't know what you want to accomplish, it's really hard to know when you got there. So we have a goal here at Tap That of coming up with a 6-pack of flavors that are both widely appealing and then also have cool cryptids associated with them to build excitement around the brand. So our goal is to one day go much larger than a small basement personal home brewery to something that the world